Hello and welcome. Today is Friday. It is the 27th day of October 2017. Welcome to today's midday hashtag crypto trading video. We're looking at the Bitcoin 4-hour chart. Everything you do within this video is your own risk, own reward. You're basically going through my ideas, my analysis, and maybe in some cases for what I am doing. That's pretty much or definitely the case within all of these chart analysis videos. Now, earlier I was thinking today of, Christmas is coming soon. It's the 27th day of October, so less than 2 months away, or practically thereat. And the gift of Bitcoin as an interesting idea. Now, you could just send one to a wallet in some sort of card. I don't know how one would do it a small gift, but I'm thinking as a larger type of a Bitcoin gift, especially for somebody who may not be familiar too much with Bitcoin, is maybe go out and buy like a Nano Ledger or the Trezor or whatever hard wallet you wish, and then set it up for them, maybe fund them to start as well. Maybe even consider buying a couple of nice Bitcoin introduction books so that they can learn more about the system, and an idea that some loved one that you might want to help out as a possible gift idea. And there's always that of physical silver. I ended up buying a few of these earlier this year as it's a definite possible gift. Plus the cost for me on this coin worked out to be only about 1% or 2% higher than a generic Sunshine Mint round. Okay, back to the Bitcoin chart, which has basically been going sideways for the run. I can't, unfortunately, draw a trend line. Now, normally I push. Okay, didn't mean to do that. Normally what I would do is I push this button here to take a snapshot of this chart. Maybe it's working now. It hasn't been over the last hour or so. Yep, it just keeps on doing nothing. And I guess in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to get a notification saying invalid URL. But that's normally what I do. I take the URL, I paste it up, copy that image, and then use it on screen. All right, then. This breakout in here, which occurred up top, was after it broke many layers of resistance at around current price action 5,800. We even seen this failed breakdown fast move higher, but it really had the minimum gains one would be looking for on the fast breakdown. That play, of course, is finished and complete. And then we looked at the possibility opposite happening. Of course, in this case, it broke the key resistance, and it even supported it for a while, making lower highs, albeit breaking down in here. And did it have a fast move to the downside? Well, it went down for a small leg, down to here. And if we look back at the situations within the 18 average, you see in here, oh man, it's declining off the band and then red candle down. Even in here, it went below 54. So at one point, this was a very sharp red down candle, but it didn't end the period and such. And then you go back up to it, resistance again, like it was doing in here, resisting again. Okay, looks like it's going lower. This looks like a very negative bearish situation. But then you get this green candle that broke the previous high from 2 periods ago, close to the 18 average of highs. You always got to look at that resisting like it did back in here. And there it is. There's that possible resistance. So if you're selling short here, you're gambling that it's not going to go much higher. There's that URL can't be received. But no, it didn't resist it. Instead, it got above it, supporting it 2 periods, breaking the 18 average, coming back to support, and now testing it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is period 6 in a row in the test of this support band. it passes the test when it's able to have a successful break of what this established area is in around 6,000. It fails the test whenever it does a reversal of trend, band starts to sideways, go lower. That's when that test would become a fail. So within the meantime, it's in this sideways action with the lower end of this range being in at 5,400, and of course this small pierce below. The upper end of this range has two levels of resistance, one where it's at now at 58 and then again at 62. So basically a couple different floors, and breaking 62, as I was saying on the outset. Actually, I haven't said that yet. That was my last video I did, which I didn't take. I'll get to that in a bit. This price action could get significantly higher. I'll go over why. Weekly chart. I mean, it really is just simple math if you think about it. Resistance at 311. This is the earlier stages, whichever, but it goes up to like 400 or 500. That's a gain of less than 100%, but much greater than 50%. And then 500 or so goes up to about 775. And you can even say from this more established resistance at 460, it goes up to about that level. And then that's a gain of about, between 50 and 100. And then from 760, you could make a case that this was 2 moves higher, but if it was to here, 760 to 1100, well, that's over 50%. Now, this one here is an interesting one because there's a thing called double fisted. If you're like drinking 2 beers at one time, or you want to take a double shot, double scoop, if you will. The high's around 1,300 here, and about a 50% gain. More than that would take you about 2,000. But it did much larger than that. It got up to about 3,000. So it did much better than 100%. So it's like getting like two hits, if you will, instead of one. Taking 2 pills instead of one. I don't know, taking 2 shots instead of one. Just double the effect. A double take. But in here, it went back to a single one. High of 3,000 up to about 5,000. Okay. So 3,000 to 5,000. Again, greater than 50%. The last high is 5,000. 50% on that is 7,500. 100% is 10,000. So is this telling me that in the 8,000s area is where it should be going to? And if you look at how much further it's going to take, when these things go to its highs, you figure it doesn't take long for the last part of the action to occur. So in here, with this gain up to 500, going from its last period, it went from 320 to that in less than 7 days. And this one in here, its last period itself went from 657 to 769, but green, big green candle in a row, 4 in a row. That's how that move occurred. And then within this here, there was a larger size green candle at this top, even some larger green candles on this top. All these green candles were large. It just kept going and going. It just didn't stop until it hit its 5,000 or 3,000 level. This case here was not that way because the biggest move happened at the start. The biggest move happened from 2,700 to 4,000, and then it slowly moved up to 5,000. And in this case, it had its fast move up to from the 18 average of lows to the 18 average of highs. Then another fast move leaving it with a small weak, then another fast weak, and a couple just sideways ones. So it does seem that it's going to end. When it gets going, it's going to have its move and it's going to top within a few days probably, unless it wants to have a double take again. And it could go sideways for maybe 3 weeks and then do it, for all I know, too. But I do think that if it keeps its trend going, under 7,500 top would be a surprise, or 7,300-ish even. And for its next move on the break of 6,100, for it not to actually top within 3 to 9 days, would also be a surprise. Because what I would not expect is for this thing to go up to, say, 63.93 as an example, and then take like 35 days to get to 8,000. I just would not think that could be the case. I would think it would take like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-ish or so. Okay, then ZEC has got an interesting chart going on. Let's quickly put that one up. And due to normal habit, I tried to actually take an image of this. It wouldn't work, so something's going to possibly come up soon with that same error message. But it broke down below this support level around the 20th. And from this bottom, it had its nice little move. It's been going sideways, but we can see just recently it has broken past this resistance field a little north of the 406 handle. It's up to 431 now. And it's also at the area of this previous resistance, which extends up to about 450 or so. I would think that if it can get above the 450, you'd probably see a quick move into the next area, which would be between about 470 and 500. If there's going to be any short-term support after you see a nice leg in here, what I usually would like to see happen is for it to go up a little more to previous high, like 447, then come back down to maybe 405-ish area to fill this previous resistance, hopefully also meet up with the 18 average as well. And then from there, maybe rally and then have a move higher from that point on. But definitely, yep, see, that's that thing I tried. Oh, I could have worked now. I could have copied it and pasted it, so maybe it's working. Let's just try it again. See, normally it'd be done by now. Normally it would be done. It's not. But at least it's improving. If it's going to take... I'll cancel it. Now, as far as movements are concerned, I mean, this thing has been taken down quite hard. This high is the high from October, 0.1. Now at 0.04, so it's already lost more than half of its value from where it stands. It lost 2/3 of its value in here, and that's only from October. Since July, it was at 0.167, so it's lost about 3/4 of its value since then. So you realize within this risky game, the high risk of losing a whole kaluna's amount of your Bitcoin. Well, how much could you have made on the way up? And what do a lot of these markets do? They go up big, then they go down big. Then they go up big, down big, up big, down big. From point here, so from June 15th to here, did it primarily go up big or down big? It primarily went down big. There was small rallies along the way for buying in early September at about 0.05. Definitely paid off in here, especially. I mean, you only get sell orders or be very quick at the computer to be able to sell at the higher end. But if you're working 40 hours a week at whatever type of place and you are only at the computer, maybe to do this 20 to 30 minutes a day, maybe one of those days you put a buy order in, say September 16th, that say, or you bought at 502, or your buy order automatically hit in August, and assume you put your sell order in, I want to go for a hair under a 10. Like me, I would put 0.099986 or something. And you only look on your exchange's trade history maybe. So until you see a new buyer or seller, you're not going to care about that code. But then all of a sudden, say on this point here, you see sell order executed 0.099 yada, and then you see the price is in at 72. Now, of course, it would have been nicer to find that out back here when the price was 35, but the whole point is when you're able to buy on the way down, there's plenty of opportunities when the markets rally to be able to sell on the way up again. Just because right now the current price action has gotten above the 18 average of highs doesn't mean, of course, the market's going to break through when it has already attempted it here in August and failed, attempted it once and then twice again in August, failed, and then this huge attempt in September, it failed. So there's no guarantees, but the bottom line is if you had sell orders in here and you had buy orders here, they got executed. They did not fail. Moving quickly over to LITECOIN, which is at the area resisting where it used to support. It's basically at that 10 handle. It's a little bit below it now. The thing about what I'm seeing here is if this thing doesn't break down and have a serious leg below this 88 handle, and it actually fails the resistance test and succeeds the test to neutralize / reverse the trend, then it could be a very sick rally, at least to like what we've seen before. And what I mentioned with ZEC, markets go up, they go down. And without even caring about fundamental reasons at all, it's easy to realize what's up and what's down. And well, this is down, and when markets go up, if you have your sell orders in place to go, then it'll all work out. And you realize back in here, sell, sell, sell. Maybe you buy a bit back here. Sell up here again. Then you'd be buying down here. Selling a little bit up here. You've been buying all the way down since. And then the turn is going to switch over. I look at this like a game of, any type of game where it's two players, a strategic game of whichever you choose. And it's a turn-based game. So one person has their turn, they do what they need, they pass the dice, their turn is over, for whatever reason it's over, the next person has their turn. So it's the bears versus the bulls. So you can do a Saturday Night Live segment if you wish on that, but the bulls are the ones, the green candles that bring it up. So you have the bulls turn up here, bears, bulls, bears, so on and so forth. So right now the bears have not handed the dice over yet, but at some point they're going to have to, because markets cannot continuously go straight up or straight down. And I'll finally put up Ether, which is obviously Ethereum. Similar kind of pattern in here as it's now testing the 18 average of lows as a level of resistance. It's already come up to the 18 average of highs on the post fork date. It has since fallen a little bit. It's down to 513. I bought this morning at 500 even flat, or 50001-ish kind of deal. And I'll be buying more if it continues to go lower. Thank you for tuning in to this afternoon's video. I'll try to get one out tonight, most likely will, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.